that's what I think is different about this generation is like, we're not afraid to sacrifice some things and just go get it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Like, you know, like, oh, can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Okay.
This is like anything goes. Really, right? I'm telling you,
cool.
anything. I just put like explicit on every podcast, no
to
matter
make sure
what.
it doesn't get taken down or whatever.
Yeah. All right, we'll start right here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Someone For podcast. I'm here with Aaron. How's it going, bro?
Yo, what is up? I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you, bro. Like we were gonna plan it for last week, but that ended up not happening.
I overslept. it was a long work day the night before. Yeah.
It's all good though, man. I'm glad we get to do it today though.
It's perfect. I got my Gilbert Arenas jersey on.
Yes, sir.
Know. Go Reppin' Wizards. Just got KP.
Yeah.
So Bradley Beal's out for the season.
Yeah. A lot of trades been happening. I heard like
trade deadline, dude. The trade deadline this year has been berserk, like
crazy.
Absolutely berserk. James Harden out of the Sixers. You got Simmons on the Nets.
Yeah. Pull this up. You could just keep this.
Oh, keep it close, like right here.
That's it,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Dude, Sabonis to the Kings. But I don't
Lakers haven't made any trades.
The Lakers and the Knicks made no moves at all. They did not try and
do anything,
make the team better.
Yeah.
So that must mean LeBron is going into God mode to get them in the playoffs, or like
I think they've lost 2 or 3 games straight, and they're on a losing streak, kind of. But man, it doesn't seem bright right now.
I mean, we got the All-Star break coming soon. Hopefully the Lake Show can figure it out, because like it's always, you always got to root for the home team. But nah, I'm more of like a players kind of guy. Like I just love basketball, and I love like the way basketball is trending right now. Just because it's this like passing of the torch from LeBron and his class, and CP3, Steph Curry's getting a little older, KD's getting older, like
all these new players are coming in,
and they're starting to take over. We got a lot of young guys.
Morant.
MVP in my opinion, but he probably won't get it. They'll probably give it to Joel Embiid.
Really?
He's in a bigger market. Like it just makes more sense. I mean, like the reason Giannis won it in the last 2 years, in my opinion, was just because like Giannis winning the MVP back-to-back, Defensive Player of the Year, and then All-Star Game MVP, and then he won a championship finals MVP. He just made the game global on such a different level because he genuinely came from Greece. We saw him as a rookie, this scrawny little, and he built himself into a brick house.
And dude, all of his brothers are in the NBA. Bro.
Yes, like he literally paved the way. He's like, bro, I will show you the way. Follow what I do. You'll be in the NBA.
You'll be in the NBA.
I mean, none of his brothers are taking over like he is, but
they're still getting paid. It's hard to get in the NBA, bro.
To really have success, I saw this one clip, it's a famous clip of Brian Scalabrine, and it's like him playing pickup against some random dude, and he's absolutely torching him. He was like, bro, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. And I was just like, damn, if you really sit back and think about it, like, guys who play in the NBA can go to any other league and
dominate.
And then go to the maybe not Europe. Europe is I've heard is super difficult.
Yeah, Europe, Australia has leagues. A lot of countries now have developed their own basketball leagues, but everybody knows the NBA is where.
But in these countries, like they don't really have college. Like everyone goes to university, but it's viewed as university. It's a public program. Yes, it's an academic program. It's not
athletic.
It is, but like it's not like how the United States is made it a money grab. Like if you want to go be more intelligent and go get more knowledge, just about things you like. Here's a bill for 120 grand a year. Like here you go, man.
It's crazy. And it's like I can't believe just now they started paying the athletes for everything that they've done for the school.
Give Reggie Bush his Heisman back. That is mandatory.
Yeah.
Man's took $300K. They valued his NIL deal at like $4 to $5 million a year.
God
he
damn.
he would be set before he even stepped foot in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just insane, like how long they've been pushing that. Dude, the NCAA is a crime organization, man.
For real.
Like,
as much as like, and I think schools and universities in general, bro. Like I pay for this semester for parking. I'm paying $300 for parking for 16 weeks.
Bro, to park at school.
To park at school.
Somewhere that you pay to go.
Yeah.
Like
already.
Man, like, I don't know. For me, like, I tried it. I went to junior college 2 weeks.
And you're like, this ain't it.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like, people think like, oh, like you were like a stony kid in high school. Like, no, I wasn't. Like, I took AP classes.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I had a 3.85 like overall GPA.
Yeah.
Like, I passed my AP Lit test. Like,
yeah, you
know, like
studied
I did school. Like, I like school. I love to learn. Like, I think learning at its core, like, is the most beautiful thing ever, and it's what always has drawn my curiosity out. It's like, I just want to learn. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Let me ask like 10 different questions about it. Like,
that's the best part. And then what school, in my opinion, kind of tweaks it in the wrong direction is they try to test you on this knowledge, and that being the highest thing that you have to know. Yeah. Not the learning aspect.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It's just, can you get these answers correct?
I think, in my opinion, the way our school system is set up, it's taught kids that your attendance, so you got to be there, and you just got to get the work done. It doesn't matter how you get it done. It doesn't matter if you cheat and lie and steal or whatever. As long as it's done and it's turned in and you get that A, you're successful. Like, that breeds kids to, one, never think for themselves. Two, just always like, I have to, like, over anything else, like my own mental health, my own body, my everything, like, I have to get this done. And like, it's pushed this whole narrative of our generation, like,
it's okay to be stressful all the time.
And work 24/7, push, grind. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if your life is set up to where you can do that, do that. Like, if you have the resources and everything possible to do that stress-free, like, go ahead, do that. I applaud you for being able to, but like, those of us who are in the middle class and like, have to work for ourselves and like, want to be an artist and have dreams and aspirations, like, that takes a different level of patience that I've now learned going through a lot of experiences on trying to push the envelope and rush it and work 24/7 and grind, burn myself out, and then like, just have a lot of ups and downs. And the more that I've like
let go of it,
just like gotten patient with it and understand that it's going to be a process that's going to come with time. It's not going to be something that happens overnight, and especially like starting a business, like, that takes time.
And I think like you mentioned, school doesn't really teach these things or like try to make us adapt to that way of thinking, of patience or something. Like, you want instant results all the time, and that's what you're focusing on.
And we have social media that just glorifies that. Like, I can post a photo and get 12,000 likes. Boom. I'm it. And then you have a concert and 12 people show up. It's different because some people are not doing it for the mere like clout or the quick bag or whatever, like, because like, when you actually start to touch people at their core, that's a different level of influence. Like, you actually start to help these people adapt into being their own individual, and like, maybe taking what your point of view and what you do to like, and put it to their own world or whatever, and just like continue down the line, like, and then they do it to someone else, and then it grows and it grows, and we have all these individuals, and I think like
that are impacted and feel powerful because of your being able to show love instead of trying to do this because of some reason that only you benefit for something, right?
Did I turn it off?
No, it doesn't turn off. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what this, but I don't think this.
I clicked some little thing on the back.
Just As long as you could keep it right here and it'll go through, like, just hold this and
just keep going back and forth. All right, bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to keep on holding it. Just leave it and then just speak right through it. That's
sorry. But yeah, no, things are cool. Like, I think we have, well, I mean, the world is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not much change in it right now, and it's very demoralizing for people to get started, or artists or whatever. Like, at the same time, it's very invigorating, you know, because like we have so many of these things that should push us and motivate us and like continue to help us grow as people.
Yeah. But I think at the same time, it's the best time, because if you look back at, 20, 30 years ago, it wouldn't even be possible to do this.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Like, I think with everything that we have nowadays, like, there's no excuse, like, to not go and pursue your dreams, because like it is more possible now than ever. And like,
and people are realizing that shit, bro.
And with that, like, we have so many people starting to do these things, and we have so many great people coming out. Like, and I think like as we grow and this whole world continues to grow, like, it's like some of the most like innovative things are about to come when in terms of art and like community, and starting to do these things that are like actually based in the real world. And like, just because our generation that's coming up, like, I think we have a different sense of things, like, whereas the boomers, or if that's what you want to call it or whatever, have just this like,
they've interpreted it a little bit differently.
Well, more like a negligence to like things that really matter, you know, like, and actually like are important to the world, and to have like good quality living standards. Like that, like, if you go to Europe, you don't have half, I'm not saying like, let's all go to Europe, but like, and I'm not saying let's be Europe, but
just look at it.
Look at it at its core, the foundation they have. Like, everyone has healthcare. Everyone can get an education. Yeah. Everyone can go to the hospital or see a fucking doctor if they need to.
And not get like a $100,000 bill end up.
Oh, exactly. Like, okay, like, do I want to go to the doctor, or do I want to be in debt the rest of my life? Like, like, that's like challenges people are facing nowadays. And it's like, as younger people start to get into our government and politics and stuff like that, and then art, that because art imitates life, and life imitates art for sure. But like, I think as it trends, like, we're all going to see like a new dawn that like we've been waiting for, but it's not going to be a revolution like the past. Like, we're too smart for that. Like,
I think we just inherently know that these things have to be done. And it's just a matter of time before people realize, like, wait, we've been doing this shit this way for so long, and it has to change. Like, that we know better healthcare for people and better living conditions, all this stuff, right? Yeah, it is greed. It's greed from the top down. Like, everybody that's been in politics, I think even we went in the same AP Gov class. Right. And I forget
what was her name,
bro. I forget her name. But
Mrs.
She was a character for sure. But
no, that wasn't Econ. So Econ, she had like black hair.
Yeah, brownish hair. But Gov was, I think she had blonde hair.
Oh my God. I know who you're talking about. Dude, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like,
I forget her name, bro. I remember every elementary
school. She was a sweetheart,
but not high school.
She was a sweetheart. Like, outside of class, we would talk and she'd be the homie, but in class, oh my goodness, she was very, very tough.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember the first thing she said when we went into class about politics. She said something about like, never trust a politician ever. Like, that's the first thing she said. Like, never believe a politician. I was like, okay, we're getting into this now. And she
laid it down like AP real, Gov. Like it was like, she taught us AP Gov, but she also taught us like how these things translate to the real world and like how these things are affected today. And we would like learn about it on a day-to-day basis. And it was like, see, like teachers like that gave me hope, like, you know, to, oh, maybe the system, maybe the school system isn't that bad. Like maybe it's cool. Like, and then
there are teachers like that, man, that do
Mr.
have
Babnick
that impact
from Sarahville. Did you go to Sarahville?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have Mr. Babnick?
Maybe. I don't even, I don't remember any of the fucking names.
World history, 8th grade, Mr. Babnick.
Oh no, I didn't. I had honors. That's why.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. But shout out to Mr. Babnick. He like, if he was elected president, he broke down to us how we could get out of debt and how we could actually start like progressing as a nation and be a real progressive nation and not be this like conservative, like
not taking chances.
And don't get me wrong, like I do not pick no sides, and I'm not trying to get into no political beef. Yeah, like I am very independent, like because I have conservative beliefs when it comes to certain things, and I have
democratic beliefs,
democratic and progressive beliefs in a lot of different areas. You know, like I think one side weighs heavier than the other, but
I think everybody has it that way. Like where not everybody's just like one side only. Yeah, I think everybody can figure out for themselves, like if they believe in certain areas they're progressive, in certain areas they're more conservative, and that's okay. But that's the biggest thing about our system is they make us choose, and when they choose, like they stand ground on everything that they do, and they don't even compromise on whatever the other person
we
wants.
Could go so deep into a rabbit hole. Oh my God. There's so I read this book over quarantine. I can't remember the name for some reason right now, but it's basically like a history of the creation of the United States. And like what it really did in terms of just like globally, you know, and just like as a nation. And like since the beginning, it's been about division and just like picking apart the middle class, because the middle class is most dangerous to the people in charge. And it's always been about protecting the people in charge and the people that are at the top making decisions. Yeah, you know, really just getting paid off by all these companies to do whatever they please. Like, and I don't know, like, I've never been able to like get over the fact that like how grimy and slimy and some of the things that have been done along the ways, and just like as it continues, like people are just like naive to the fact that like the government is making decisions for them, like for people.
I know, and we like elect them and we have some power, but I don't even know how everything works. If
I mean, the
vote,
electoral
like, really,
college basically, if we're being honest, that like neglects our vote entirely.
Kind of,
like
especially in California. Yeah, it's not like if you vote Republican in California, you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, like whatever the person that gets to elect. Like the electors from each state, like they already have a predestined like decision in their head. Like, and I don't know. I don't really like talking politics. So let's move to something else.
Let's see. Well, I don't even know. Speaking of like our AP Gov teacher, like, what did you most enjoy about that class? Like that.
Dude, really? I got an F in that class. Really? I actually didn't really ever do my homework or anything, but I would participate every day in class.
I know.
But like, I just like never did the work, and I never tried at all. Like towards the end of junior and senior year for me, I just like gave up on school and just like started pursuing my own avenue of things. And I had a group of friends like
doing the same.
We were all doing the same thing. It was really cool, but they were a little bit older than me. So like they were all seniors and they had senior schedules. So I was like, I mean, yeah. And like I had a lot of crazy shit happen to me in high school. High school was a roller coaster to say the least. But I enjoyed it. I'm grateful for it. Like it made me the man I am today. I went through a lot of things in high school.
Good and bad, right?
A lot of bad things, to be honest. Like a lot of bad things, very humbling experiences. Like I had to, okay, so like I went to this private school freshman year. I did not fuck with it. Servite, it was not it.
Isn't that like an all boys school?
Bro, it was cool because at times it was like a giant frat. We're all brothers, brotherhood and everything. And then it was just like if I'm being honest, like, damn, dude, it'd be cool to talk to a girl during lunch and just like not have to talk to the bros all the time. Because like, I mean, bros before hoes, but like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna marry a bro. Like for me, like I'm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that's a Seinfeld clip right there.
Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. Like, but like for me personally, like I just didn't like it, so I had to get out of there. And then sophomore year, I was playing football. I was doing really good. Everything was great.
Yeah.
Towards the end of my sophomore year, like about to be summer. Coach starts drug testing me out of nowhere. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it's not cool. Like, you're not allowed to do this at a public school. Like, you cannot just force me to take a drug test to be on the team. Like, and 20 other kids that smoke. Like, and you're not saying anything. But like, why are you getting mad at me? And pressing me and this and that and like
damn.
And so it like because I got in trouble at school. Like I had gotten in trouble, but it was like you run 30 miles, you're back on the team. So I was like, I bet. And then I did it in 2 days.
2 days,
right? I did it in 2
miles?
days. Yes, bro. I ran 17 miles in one day, 13 miles the next day. I did not give a fuck. I was sore as hell, but I was like, dude, I gotta play football.
Yeah.
Like that's when my parents like are like, bro, you have to that. You have to be in sports at least. So I was in sports. And then so fast forward, and then this shit happened. It started drug testing me, trying to be like, oh, you need to da. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you could easily say that to like so many other people.
Yeah.
And you're coming at me sideways. So I was.
Plus, I ran the 30 miles right now.
Yeah, like, bro, I already did that. Like, I already paid my dues, and you're like, nah, pay more.
Yeah.
Like, nah, fuck you, bro. Like, I have some self-respect. Like, I'm not going to just sit here and be treated like that.
Yeah.
So then, and I was like on pace to start as a junior. And I won't get into reasons why, but there were certain people on the team that were not happy about that, like because they were going to be a senior and they wanted more playing time, you know? So like it just started becoming like a snitching, like everybody's like talking shit. And then I finally had a meeting with the head coach and my dad, and it was basically like a good cop, bad cop, like just come back. Like they were like, just come back to the team. Like you could totally do it. Like we still want you. Like you're gonna have a big role this year. Like and then Coach A was like, I don't really give a shit like if you come or not. Like, but like if you do, like we'll appreciate it. But like if not, like I understand. Like and like he just came from like a more of like a relaxed way where my dad was kind of just like and I wasn't feeling it at the time. So I just like was like nope. No, thank you. I quit. And then I started hanging out with just like a group of friends. And we were like more into like just like doing creative stuff and like taking pictures and like going thrift shopping and just like stuff like that. And just like working.
Yeah.
On
and that's how
things.
life
like kind of like at first it was just like thrift shopping, and like going and taking pictures and like going on adventures and just like trying to be outside, being away from school, just like being out on the town. Like we would drive to LA late as hell at night just to like be in the city, you know, and like see what it's really like being 15, 16 years old, living 30 minutes away and like never really going.
I know.
Like, so
it's crazy because there's so much traffic. Nobody ever
so you
takes the trip, bro.
You go in the middle of the night though, like, there in 25 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was sick. And like, so we used to just drive through LA, everywhere through LA. And it really just like sparked something in me because like I had always like dressed kind of out there and like I always had a different kind of style or whatever. Like, and like as my personal style just like progressed and I got more and more interested in these things, because like I've grown up playing sports my whole life. Like I love watching movies and stuff like that. I've wanted to be an actor since I was really young, but like I never thought about it because I just sports, and then you get a college education and then you go figure it out. Like
that's what you're told, right?
Yeah, like that's what was kind of like bred into me, and then like football got taken away and then like growing up, like played baseball and basketball. And then I didn't want to play basketball in high school. Or I mean, like I played basketball at Servite, and I played 1 year at Villa Park, but I didn't really want to play basketball. I could have played baseball. Like I was really good at baseball growing up, and then my dad ruined it for me. So
how did he ruin it?
Bro, I was playing like 3-4 different sports at the time, like on like 3 teams, like at the same time. I was on like
3 sports.
I was playing on a flag football team, a travel team, and playing for some like pony league that my dad was coaching the team. So he like made me play, but I was already on a really good travel team. So I wasn't I wasn't trying to like
do 2 things,
do all this like stuff. So he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So I was like, I quit. Fuck you. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, you can only get pushed so much before you push back. Like, me, I've always been rather rash with my decisions just because, like,
you know what you want.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not afraid to just, like,
say it. Yeah. And do it.
Like, and just, like, do it or whatever. And, okay, so back to the story. So I'm, like, 17, 18 at the time. I'm really starting to, like, I'm really getting into it, and I really like we're doing like photo shoots and stuff like that, and I'm like trying to model or whatever in high school, you know, like just trying to be a little fashionista, and it's like cool or whatever, and like we're taking cool photos, but now I'm starting to see the cameras like and what you can do with it, and I'm like, yo, I really like this, and I started learning more about it. I just get a random point and shoot and just like start taking photos, and
watch people that know how to use it and learn from them. And
and so I started to, so then I graduate high school and everything is like, I go to junior college for 2 weeks. Fuck that. I'm out of here. Like, and then it was really just like, I just took a year to work and just like hang out with my friends and just like figure shit out, but really just like finally get to be a kid, like and go on these nature adventures and these like random trips to Oregon to go like stuff like we went on one trip to Oregon actually, but like I definitely need to go back and just like traveling and doing different stuff and like making my own money and buying myself clothes and stuff like that, and then starting to grow up and feel more like an adult, like, you know, paying for my car insurance, like paying my mom for my phone bill, like little things like that just like was like, oh, okay, like this is what it's kind of like this is what life is like. Okay. Like, but I hate my job, you know, like I don't like what I do. So how can I do something that I like to do that pays me money? Yeah. And then I started looking more towards LA, and then I had like, I was in LA I had a relationship, and then that relationship ended, but then I like was already like working out there a lot. So I like,
you needed a place over there.
Yeah. I still like, I needed a place, but like I didn't, you know, like I didn't have one. So I was taking the train, I was skateboarding there, I was walking in the rain, you know, like taking the train station, like walking from the bus to the train, like doing it because I didn't have a car at the time, and like, because I had totaled my car. It was all bad. Yeah.
But LA has the worst public transportation.
No, bro, it's not that bad, bro. People sleep on it.
It's really good,
dude. It's not really good, but it's not bad. It's average. Like, it's decent.
Yeah,
like,
it works.
It works. Bro, it gets the job done. Like, so many people are like, I need luxury, and it's like, no, bro. If it gets you from A to B, like, why are you tripping? Like, if it works, it works. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, you know, like, but
because I say that because I was in New York in December, and they're on another level, bro. Like,
no, definitely. Like buses,
bikes. We rode bikes in 30-degree weather because we just didn't give a fuck and rode around everywhere.
Well, I mean, you can do that in LA. They have all the different apps and stuff like that. You can get Bird.
Oh yeah, they have that scooter
lifts
shit.
and stuff like. But they have like little ones that are actual like bikes.
Yeah.
And then, but they just don't have like city bikes like how they have in New York.
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to get from one place to the next in LA,
You could do it.
take the trolley or the tram underground. It's a subway.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have a subway system. Everybody just ignores it.
I know.
I
never hear about that. Like, I didn't know it was underground. I thought it was just above ground. Those trains that go by the MTA, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, no, like it starts like some of them are underground and then they get out into the, like they go out.
Okay.
Like some of them
How
go
far
all
does
the-
it go? Like, what's the radius
Bro,
around
you can-
LA?
There's a red line, a blue line,
Mhm.
like there's a purple line, and you can go from in any direction of LA, and there's numerous stops at every major
Street or
yeah,
whatever.
like every major part of LA.
Mhm.
But I mean, I just did that in the beginning, so I was waking up super early and going and being a PA on set for some commercial in Santa Monica, but it would be worth it because I'm working with these seasoned professionals who've been in it 20, 30, 40 years. And they're like, oh, how old are you? Oh, I'm 19, 20 years old. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, kid?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't you be in school? Like, no, like I'd rather learn from you guys than from some professor who doesn't know shit because he just sat behind a desk.
Yeah.
Like he has no real world experience. And
Yeah, going to like film school or whatever. Not
Yeah.
that there's anything wrong with it.
no,
but
like for
just-
some people, they do that. Like if I had the opportunity to, I would, like I don't get me wrong. Like I would go to school if I could, but it's just like not a luxury that I've been given in life. So it'd be one that I'd have to like go in debt for the rest of my life just to have. And it's
Yeah.
like,
when you can gain experience from something that you can get paid for,
if
but
at the
then
end
also
of the day, like
learn from.
if the end goal is money, I'm just going to go learn how to do it first from people who are doing it and then go make money because they've taught me how to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're actually making money.
yeah,
too.
they're actually in the industry making money, doing it for a living,
Yeah.
not just some teacher teaching you how to do it.
Yeah, and not
getting
really
paid
doing
by
it.
the university,
Yeah.
not getting paid by
actually
like,
doing it,
Actually
yeah.
doing it. Like, so it just like I think there are pros and cons to school with anything. Like there's
course.
pros and cons to everything. But like, so I started just like doing PAing and I was just a production assistant. I was just helping everywhere. And then when it was during COVID, like I transitioned to like a COVID safety officer. So that was like a little better rate. It was cool. But like, like I started working on these really high profile commercials and stuff like that and really started to do a lot of cool shit. And then I was just like learning and like, just like meeting all these people. And then, so I met this photographer named Joshua Kissy. And he is a really good photographer and he's insane. And I was working as a PA with this company called New Context. And
He was,
I don't know, like
photographing
he was doing so there was like a commercial going and then he was doing like the photo part. Like, so he was doing like the photo editorial, like kind of thing. And just like meeting him was like really, really cool. And just like kind of like talking to him more and more. And just like, then he like followed me on Instagram and everything. And at the time, like as a young kid, like just getting into it, I was like, whoa, this dude is, he shot like 25 magazine covers and stuff like that already. He's directing commercials and stuff like, and to him to like, yeah, dude, I like your spirit. Like, I like, what you're trying to do. And like seeing him believe in me, like was like really cool.
Yeah.
And like, I had all these, like, not saying just that moment was like, oh my God, it was the end all.
But it
be
makes
all.
you feel like you're going in the right direction. Like this is
Yeah,
something
so
I enjoy. And this guy's saying that I could do it too, and it keeps you rolling forward.
Exactly. Like it was just like all these little moments, these little, like, that's a chink in the, like I'm gonna write that down in my head for a story later on, because like at the end of the day, like, I think the course of my life has been insane from beginning to now. And just like things that I've had to go through, experience, what life is like,
Yeah.
you know, like, and so as it continues, like in high school, my senior superlative was the road less traveled the year we graduated. And it kind of like, at first I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, y'all fucking weird for like, I don't get it. Like, and then as I got older and I started to notice it, I was just like, whoa, okay, like, yeah, no, I do believe that. Like, I'm not afraid to go and have to walk alone if I have to, you know, like, and go do what needs to be done to get to the next evolution of myself. Like, and I just like have become obsessed with evolving myself, you know, growth. And just growing and like just trying to be the best son that I can be and the best like friend and person or whatever. And it's been a long time coming, don't get me wrong. Like I've had to battle through a lot of things, but at the same time, like it's led to like a lot of beautiful doors, you know, like a lot of beautiful positive now, like, you know, like good times and like good things in my life. But
yeah, it's the growth part of my life was kind of similar. Like during high school is when I started realizing that it's going to be up to me. Yeah. You know, like nobody's going to do this shit for me. Like if I want to go at something and I want to enjoy my life, because people are always going to tell you to do stuff and they could point you down any path, but it's up to you to do something that you enjoy because they don't know that about you. Nobody does. And
no, true.
And then at one point I was like, okay, I gotta fucking find it or do something so that I feel it and therefore go in that direction. And thankfully I took graphic design in high school and that changed the game. It was like, okay, this part exists where I could create stuff online and using Adobe Creative Cloud and stuff like editing on there. It was game changing, to say the least.
Yeah, no, dude.
Hold on, I'm gonna check if this recorded. I don't know if I pressed it. Okay, yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't like I wish I took that class in high school. I really did. I fucked up. I never taken that class.
Yeah, it was different. And I say that because in a positive way, because it was unlike any other normal class because of the teacher, Mr. Larios. He was incredible.
I've only ever heard good. Like I used to go into his class for recreational reasons.
Even his classroom was crazy. He had posters and projectors. He would play music in class, and nobody else did that shit. And it was in the center of the whole campus.
Yeah, exactly. And he always got to come out in nutrition and pop out and like look for everybody. And he'd always like check us out at the rail and be like, "You motherfucker!" Like just the way he would look at us, he would just be like, man, like I know what you guys are up to. And like, cause I would go into his class at like second period right before nutrition and hang out with the homie that dude, I was a menace in high school, man. Really? I was a menace. But yeah, and then so I had all these little moments that started to, you know, accumulate over time, and it was just like, okay, like I actually think I could really do this, like on a professional level, legitimately for a long time. Like I think I could do this for life.
Was there a moment that thought hit you? Was it while doing something, or was it you by yourself?
I think my first real moment, like, cause I had moments where I thought that, and I was like, oh yeah. And then life would humble me the fuck up like that. I mean, it still does to this day. Like, I am continuously humbled just because, like, I don't know. A wise man once told me that, like, instead of having that chip on your shoulder from everything you've been through, or you should feel anxious about, or you know, whatever the fuck is bothering you and you have a chip because it makes you go harder, like be grateful for it instead. Just be grateful for all the things you hate. Like even though you hate them, be grateful. Yeah. Like
I mean, I look at your life, even the story that you told about football. If you didn't get like quit that, and because of all the shit that frustrated you, angered you, you wouldn't have got into photography at the time you did, and what led you down to that path, right?
I actually, funny story. So I didn't give up on football though, because like my homie told, like all my friends growing up or like in high school were all a year above me. So when they graduated, I was still a junior. So I was gonna be a senior next year. I was by myself, like, and I didn't, you know. So I played football. I like talked to the coach, and
coach
I was
was like, all right.
So I talked to coach, but it wasn't Coach A. Like me and Coach A are legit. Like that is my man's. I've known him since I was like 6 or 7 years old because my brothers played football for him at Villa Park too. And so like I always love Coach A. He's a great dude. Like at his heart, he's a great dude. Like he may be tough and like be stern, but he's a great dude. Like there was a different coach that did those annoying little things. And then I kind of just was like, you know, I'm gonna swallow my pride and I'm gonna go ask him. I'm gonna ask for forgiveness. Like, yo, can I do this? Like, and he let me back on and I played football. I got in trouble again senior year. I ran the 30 miles in like 3 days. And then I missed one of the weeks of football, or I missed one of the games, and then I came back like my senior year and like after that and like helped us a little. I mean, I played my part. I wasn't like a star player or anything, but like I got the job done. If you know we needed to catch on third down to get a first down, like I'll be there. Yeah, but we need to tackle. Like
so you played offense and defense?
Yeah. I played a wide receiver and corner. Our team was 12-0. We actually beat Servite. It was tight because we started playing Servite my sophomore year right after I left, so it was like a revenge game every fucking year for me. It was always like, and everyone always gave me shit like, "Oh, you from Servite?" But then like junior year we lost, and then senior year we beat them, and it was the first time that we had ever beaten a Trinity League school ever.
Really?
And yeah, we were ranked number 6 in the county, and that really showed me like dude, like if you go all in and have like all your belief into you doing something, like you can do it. Like ultimately, like quarterback choked, and then our coach choked as well.
Really?
And we gave up a 21-point lead in the semifinals to go to the finals of state. And then, we lost. So that was also another, like, you know, I started to learn how to take losses very well. And like my bounce back game was just insane. Like, you know, like, yeah, I may get knocked down and I may not be winning as much as some of these other people around me, but like I can get back up from a loss.
Yeah.
Some of these other kids are so used to winning. You give them one loss, they're done for life.
Yeah, they can't get up from that.
Yeah, like it's crippling. You know, they have the hope of this of these things, and then the hope cripples them. Like, all right, like that didn't work. Back to square one. What the fuck can I do now? Like,
that's something that I've learned recently too. Is being able to let go of whatever happened and understand that my life, the direction it moves toward, is not based on what happened. It's the present condition of what I do and what I think. It's not really something that has to be controlled. And for a lot of people, it is controlled by the past. It is controlled by past circumstances, and it just replays in their head. And therefore, they continue to do the same actions that got them in that place.
Yeah, I think I struggle with that from time to time too, you know, like nobody's perfect, but like I do everything I can to like not like just to work through it. Like at this point I've gotten to the point where it's like I have to work through it because there's been times in my life where I haven't you know, gone about healing the best way, you know, and I've done a lot of dumb things and made a lot of bad decisions along the way. And, you know, I'm the one who has to live with that. And it's just because like I didn't focus on the individual, you know.
You tried to find the solution outside of yourself.
Yeah, and I continuously tried to find it in other people. And then when I just got the more and more, I just like it wasn't that I was like let down, but I was let down because like I expected them to change me. Yeah. And I had this like skewed idea that like, well, I mean, like I'm still gonna do what I do, but like I'm not doing it for me, you know, like I'm doing it for all these people around me. Like just because like life had always been tough, like, you know, it was tough at home to be accepted, like, because it just the way that it is, like, and just because like, yeah, like I have a very complicated family situation, so like that for me in itself, like I was always a class clown growing up because like I wanted it, you know, like I needed positive attention from the home, like, you know, and wanted to make friends. I wanted to have as many friends as possible, you know, because
so you could have those people instead of whatever was happening at home. You could have that group there that's behind you, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd be like, oh, I got my friends though. Like it's cool. Like, so I always found like a kind of,
necessity for that?
Not like a necessity, it's more of like a safe haven in my friends. Like, so I always kind of like, my friends were like my family, you know, like I always felt that way. And it just like, the more I focused on the family rather than me, the more it created like worse relationships, you know, like the more I was just like focused on so many other people, it just
because you didn't want to lose them or
like it, like I don't even know why personally, but it just like that's what like ultimately happened, like and then I don't know, I just have been focusing on the individual for like probably legitimately like since August, but I've been trying to the past like 3 years. Yeah. You know, but I had to like have something happen to then really like be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like,
some of those experiences you have in life really humble you to the point where when you are doing these things of trying to look for the answer outside of yourself, life always just points back. Like you got to go within, you got to just sit yourself in a chair in your room and do nothing and think these thoughts. Like they had to come out, or you can't just like distract yourself the whole time in your life, because that's what happened to me. It was in high school where I had, like speaking of the senior schedule and shit, I left school in like fourth period, right after lunch, or at 12. So yeah, at lunch, and I would be by myself in my room because my brother would go to school and he would come out at maybe like 3 or something. And I would have 3 hours to myself. And that's when all these thoughts started to come out of fear and doubt and what do I want to do with my life? And all these things started to come out. And eventually I started listening to people like, you know who Les Brown is, or Jim Rohn. They're like speakers, and
they're like motivational speakers. Is Jim Rohn that fool that's like super aggressive? He always wears a suit.
No.
Oh,
I don't think.
Never mind.
Jim, he passed away a while ago, but yeah, he's not really aggressive. He's actually a really good dude. But yeah, so I started listening to these speakers talk about life, and I've never heard I never heard these thoughts put in that way. So that when somebody said, like Jim Rohn once, one of his talks, he said, if you want your life to change, you have to change. And he explained his story and how for most of his life, and when up until he was 25 years old, he had a job, he was working, but he didn't really enjoy himself. And then he met a mentor of his that was in a position that was successful, and he started talking to him and told him his story and the principles he learned through life that got him to the position. Like his mentor dropped out of school at like in 8th grade, but still was in a better position than him. So Jim was trying to look for things outside of himself. Like, how can I get more money? How can I do this? And he sat him down and told him, first, you got to work on yourself. And that's where his life changed. And from 25 since 25 to, I believe, when he was 30, in 5 years, he became a millionaire. And the rest is history. And actually, even 30, like from 30, at 30, he was a millionaire. At 31, he was broke. And then then he built it back again from that. So
damn,
it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
And I started listening to these people. And so it brought in my perspective in a way where otherwise I would have to go through the experiences. I got to listen to or read about these experiences from other people and gain the lesson much earlier.
Yeah. Like I have been pretty fortunate to have met a lot of good people along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I would say right now I have a great group of people around me, and I'm super grateful for everyone that's in my life, that's been a part of my life, that's been a part of this journey to some degree.
Yeah.
Because like all of these people have shaped my life, and like, don't get me wrong, I have some regrets about certain things,
Mm-hmm.
but
Everybody does.
yeah, it just like is something that I kind of let go, and something that I kind of just like had to move on from, because you know, one day it'll be replaced by some other good memory or some other good moment or some other great project, you know. And I don't know, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited where things are headed. I wouldn't want it any other way, you know, because there are a lot of people around me that are doing really well, and it makes me at times be like, damn, what the fuck, man? Why isn't it happening for me? And then but then I also realize that I'm destined for something else, and my path is a little bit different, and I'm going to take the road less traveled, you know, and I'm going to go my own route. And that's always been me, and I'll always continue to do that. And I'll just like, I don't know, I'll just keep pushing my envelope.
Yeah. That quote though, the road less traveled, I remember that from, I believe it's Robert Frost, who said there were two roads in the path, and I took the one less traveled by, and that's what made all the difference. I saw that in, I believe, my 7th grade English class. I don't know if you took Miss Shefsik or something like that, Polish. You remember that bitch? You remember that bitch? She had worst teacher
Hardest
I've ever
English
had.
class I've ever had in my entire life, and I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, she's the worst teacher I've ever had. But the quotes she had on her walls, like, at first I didn't understand them, but as I kept reading it, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, don't be like everybody else. You had to stand for what you believe in. And
I think I always have, and I've been very outspoken about it my entire life, and I think that's gotten me into a lot of trouble. You know, people talk about being honest, you know, but like they're never truly honest with the way they feel. And I feel like I've always been transparent. Like, I have no problem sharing with you, if you're my homie, like, that I'm going through some shit right now, bro. Like, and I'm gonna need you to be there for me a little bit. Like, I don't got funds like that. Like, I don't have money like that, but I can, like, like I can help, like, you know, like I got other stuff, but like, you know, just like,
you're up front.
Look out for me, and then like blah 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 blah. But it's just like, I don't know, I've always come from a very different world. Yeah, but I don't know, that's why I but with like I'm trying to tiptoe.
There's literally no restrictions here. You could talk about whatever you want, but if you don't want to,
that's
say it, and
There's more so certain
Yeah.
things that just like, you know, because privacy is a luxury nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's not
true.
like all details.
Yeah.
Something like one thing I have learned for sure is like not everything needs to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there are certain things that should be said, and like,
Yeah, especially on here, like where it's gonna be recorded and you know, like
people are gonna see it. It's on the internet. Like,
on the
I have to, you know, I love everyone that's in my life, and it's no hard feelings like at all to anyone that I've ever come in contact with. But yeah, like some people are acquaintances, some people are friends, some people are, you know, someone I can call and talk to for 3 hours just about shit that I'm going through in life, because they'll just sit there and listen. You know, some people I can ask advice on business, or, you know, like, but at the end of the day, it's like what I need to, like, you know, what's best for me, because like everyone has always acted that way around me. So it's like, all right, well, I'm going to do what's best for myself then. And since I've done that, I have seen growth like exponentially, and I've just been focusing on myself. And then I have these little hiccups along the way, and like little setbacks. And then it just like keeps reminding me like why I'm doing it, why I'm getting this close, why I'm so fucking close to getting there. And I want to quit, and it sucks, and I hate it.
But it's kind of like testing you. Life tests you in a lot of ways, where, especially to people who really know themselves. Once you know, especially those who dream and those who have ambitions, my God, dude, life really tests you like a bitch, bro.
Yeah.
It puts obstacles in our way. I think everything teaches us, but some of them you don't think you're going to make it out. But
yeah, dude, there's sometimes, there's a couple of times in life where we didn't know what was going to happen next. And then,
but I think every time that happens, it makes you search for a deeper part of yourself. If I didn't go through like those hard times, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because I had to gain more courage. I had to think different thoughts that I wouldn't normally go through. I
think a good thing that I heard one time was like, you don't really see change from yourself till you get so fed up and annoyed with yourself that you do something about it. Yeah. And then like I was watching, dude, The Mandalorian and
Really?
Boba Fett. Oh my God, I was watching Boba Fett last night. That shit is amazing. But it was like the deep fake with Luke Skywalker, right? Okay. And have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Bro, what are you doing?
I have Disney Plus.
Bro, Are you a Star Wars fan?
Not really, no.
What do you like? You like movies?
Yeah, I like movies. But I've just never gotten into Star Wars. Like, I just wasn't part of those people, that group that enjoyed Star Wars when I grew up.
I wasn't I was that way with Harry Potter, right? And I think I was like 19, and I was just like, dude, I'm only 21 right now. Yeah. But like, I think I was like 19, and one Christmas I was like, I'm gonna watch them all in fucking order. Really? Dude, why not?
How long did that take?
Dude, it took me like 4.5, like 5 days in a row, like days of watching all the movies, like
that's insane.
Then
what'd you take out of it?
Oh no, I just really loved the series. I didn't get any like deep spiritual chosen.
But like you enjoyed it.
I really loved it, dude. I thought the storyline was great. Like it got a little shaky towards the end, but like, dude, like 2, 3, 4, 5, like, oh my God, really? That was like, some of those movies made me cry. Really? Like, yeah, no, I really enjoyed them. But
did you read the books?
No.
Or you're not gonna. No. That's gonna take at least 20 years for us to read all that shit.
No, I just like personally, I don't know. I read like fashion books and like photography books and like philosophy books. Like I really enjoy philosophy, because I think at the end of the day, philosophy is psychology,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just
What
about
philosophy books in particular have you gotten like some good ideas out of?
I'd say like the only one that I've read recently that's really like connected to me on a personally is called the Zen of Oz.
Oh,
So
okay.
it breaks down the Wizard of Oz, you know, and it breaks it down to its core, and each character is like a different part of yourself or like a different emotion or something that you want to capture and do. And it's something that like something that you want to do within yourself. So you want more courage, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be a little bit more intelligent or like gain more knowledge or whatever it is, like, and it just like kind of like helps you navigate it through your own mind and apply these principles that these people have been using, like that Buddhists have been using for a long time, to
literally thousands of years.
To then like now in a real world situation, how you can translate it and how you can adapt it to your everyday life. So now when you encounter a situation that where you're afraid and you need a little bit more courage, like you have the foundation and like set within yourself to be like, okay, I don't have to dig that deep to like bring this out of myself, you know, where
it's already
like,
there.
Yeah. Like, and kind of like really set that foundation and just like understand who you are as a person and just like be able to grow in your career path and like be able to grow as a friend and be able to grow as an individual and as an independent person. Like, and just like understand all these different things like about yourself.
Yeah. But those philosophers are insane. Like sometimes I look up quotes of, you know, Socrates
just like,
or quotes of Buddha, like just random quotes of people. And I just try to interpret them the best I can. And from that, I've gotten a lot deeper realizations just by looking at people and what they've said. Because these quotes and shit are hundreds, if not thousands of years old, you know, and it might not be the perfect translation, but just that they had these ideas back then and that it's still here to this day.
I think like,
insane.
Like, and that's like one thing that like has always resonated with me as an artist is like I do have people that I really like admire nowadays that are, you know, like have an impact on me. But at the end of the day, like what I'm trying to emulate and do is like from the first Renaissance when it was like Da Vinci and Dante and like all of these guys who are now, they're still here to this day, bro.
Yeah,
like
we still talk about them.
Yeah, their stuff is like legend, you know, but they were real people.
Yeah.
Like they you can see what they created, like and it's lasted. Shakespeare, like it's lasted. Van Gogh, like I mean Van Gogh's not that old. Like a lot of people look at him like he was like crazy old, but like bro grew up in like,
didn't he cut his ear off or some shit?
Like he's insane. But he's not that old. But like I mean just like people from that era, like where it's like you're doing all these things creatively, innovative, like scientific stuff too. Like just
I think Da Vinci had the whole anatomy sketched out.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
like
crazy.
he knew exactly what every part of the human body was and did and like how it functioned. Like, but just like seeing that, like the whole pie, it's not just because everybody's nowadays like, just focus on one thing. If you get really good at one thing, then you can go to everything else. It's like, but I've never worked like that. Like, I like learning everything as I go so that when I get to a point where I'm ready to like, finally I have the resources to do it. I'm stress free. Like, you know, like
preparation meets opportunity.
Exactly. Right? Like once that happens, I already have knowledge in every department. So if I want to direct something, I'll know how everything works because I've worked in everything. Yeah. You know, like, so I don't know. I'm excited. Like I said, though, I'm really excited for the future just because I've been in the past year, my life has changed 360. Really? It went from being a PA and doing that stuff to then I did like my first magazine last June or something.
So this is the second one that just came out.
Yeah, this is the second one.
Damn.
And then I've been just like doing a lot more photos, and then I started getting in music videos, and then
I see your Instagram with a bunch of artists and their photographs that you took.
The concerts, concerts are cool, but I don't know, concerts are kind of like OD now. I personally don't like going to concerts and taking photos. I like going to concerts and experiencing it, and just being at the concert. Like, and now I have a lot of connections to where I can just
go
hit up people and be like, yo, let me pull up, blah 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 blah, and go to the venue or wherever it's at, and be able to like
just experience it.
Like and go. But like, I still take photos from time to time. Like, if people want to pay me to do it, like I'll do it. But at concerts, I'm not really. It's just like there's too many people, too many people trying to.
Yeah, some people enjoy it though. Like, and they're
no. There's definitely a lane for it.
Yeah.
But for me
you
personally, like, I'm trying to get some more like conceptual, like, I'm building a story with my photos, like, and you can tell from one photo what the story is.
So you want the more directorial approach of photography.
Yeah, exactly. So then it can start to translate to other things. Like, I have a grand master plan for it all. I also started getting into acting. That was really cool. I'm actually working on something right now. It's a feature, and I actually get to like act. I have a role. It's very cool. It's like my first like real opportunity to act, but it's like something I've always like dreamed of. And my friend, we were in the car the other day, and I like told him, I was like, because he's like directing it and everything. It's like an independent film, but it's gonna be legit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, subconsciously, like, I feel, dude, why did I say it like
that? Bro, like you were high as fuck.
Yeah. Subconsciously though, like, I feel like I've been preparing for this moment like my whole life. Like, cause like this is like my real, like, this is my childhood dream. This is the one thing I always wanted to be. James Bond. I always wanted to be Batman. Like, but I knew they were actors. Like, I wasn't like a dumb kid. Like, I knew they were actors. So it was like, I always wanted to be that, but I wanted to be the person who did that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I loved movies growing up. And then I never really, had tapped into it like at all of childhood, or told my parents I could do this. Like, trust me, like, and then I like hit like 16, 17, and I started to be like, whoa, this is way more my speed. Like, I like this shit. Okay, like, I actually feel like I've been an artist my whole life, but I haven't
now
been
it's coming out.
Right? I haven't been able to actually show that, because I've been like pushed to do these things, and now I'm like fighting for my own freedom. And then once I did, I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, right. I could totally do this stuff. Like,
okay.
No. Well, I'm not that bad, but just like, no. So then, and then I'll kind of like speak on to how it happened.
The acting, or how you got into it?
got into that. So I'd say like end of July or like middle of July, I did like a commercial for PacSun, and like it was like organization, or no, it was Og, and then Vans as well. And it was like a cool thing. I got to meet a lot of cool people. And then I got and then my buddy Jimmy reached out to me at that moment, and then from there the rest is kind of history.
Jimmy, the guy who's directing this one?
He's a great dude. And then everyone I've met since then and like have become friends with, all great people, have shown me a lot and like helped me kind of navigate LA a little bit better and grow as a human being. But then Jimmy randomly just like was like, hey, do you want to be in my movie? And I was like, Yeah, that'd be great, bro. Not? Fuck it, why not? Like, and then
did he give you any like pointers or anything like on how to act, or did you go out of your way and try to learn, go on YouTube or something, or you just like,
I was just like, when he told me, I was like, oh, I'm ready. I don't even need to prepare, bro. I'm ready. Like, I can, like, I was born for this shit. Like, just because, like, I had already been through so much shit that it's like, I have so many experiences that I could just pull from in the moment that I can just, like, fill my head with.
And take that emotion onto the camera.
Yeah, exactly. And be able to, like, re-emulate that emotion and do that on camera. And so, like, yeah, my role is cool. It's not like ginormous. But I mean, it's a role nonetheless, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm glad I get the opportunity to do it. He said I did really well, so that's great. That means there's a possible future there.
And at least you tried it, you know, like something that.
Well, I tried it and I did well, so I'm like, dude, why not? Like, what the fuck? Like,
something as a kid, like you had, you know, people dream of becoming like baseball players and shit, and then they end up doing it. And that, same for you, like having that dream as a kid, now finally being able to do that shit.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I definitely feel like I'm not doing it on the level that I think I can. I think I could go a lot better and do a lot more.
Yeah, that's with anything, bro. Like
that's just like the drive that gets me to this.
This first podcast, atrocious, horrible. Like I wouldn't listen to it. That's how bad it is.
And then now you're doing great things, bro. I love what you're doing here, especially with 714. Yeah, repping thanks, the bro. Home. Home base.
That came out of literally just needing a name. Like I had no idea. 714, you could, of course, it's Orange County. It's where I grew up. I love this place, but it's much more than that. Like I have people from out of state come on here. It doesn't really matter if you're from Orange County or not. Like this is a family of people that I enjoy talking to.
Yeah, hell yeah, this is tight.
Yeah.
No, I love this. I'm so excited to be here. I'm grateful.
I know.
That's just one thing that I've gotten really, I'm starting to get really good at, is just gratitude. Just being grateful for every moment, experience, things that happen, you know, things that put you down, and just like rolling with the punches, you know.
Enjoy the roller coaster.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, I have to live with it, you know, so it's nobody else's problem but my own. Like, so.
And at the end of the day, you're not going to be here at all. Like in 200 years from now, everybody
I plan on being here.
Everybody really,
in the mind,
of course, yeah. But that's 200, like I saw a video a few months ago and said like on TikTok, I believe I know people die, but when the video put it like this, in 200 years, everybody, even the person that was born today, will be gone. And I was like, shit. That puts some perspective, right? Like,
I mean, 200 years is a long time. I mean, the one mistake that we all make is thinking we have time. That's what the great Gandhi said.
Yep.
Is, you know,
we have time.
We have time. But at the end of the day, like, there is so much time in a day, like in a single day. Like, I'm not saying you have time in your life, because it's a short life, you know, and in the scheme of history and everything that, like, thousands of years, like, you know, like, what's to say, like, there's not going to be an entire new, like, looking planet in 1,000 years. Like, if we make it that long. But, like, oh, fuck, where was I going with that? I totally just spaced out. It's crazy.
That happens a lot, bro. That happens to me too, bro. Like where you're thinking of something, you have the premise, and it goes down somewhere.
It's like, I got my tongue.
But
man, that's a
we were talking about life and how it ends so quickly.
Like right? How much time there is in the day. Like just being able, you know, like, bro, you get up at 5 a.m., you know, you're already, you can work out, you know, get your morning meditation on, eat breakfast by 7:30.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have 7:30 to noon
to do whatever.
Right. To work on like your paying job if that's what you need to do, or like 7:30 to 2, and then you have from 2 to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Like, so you can at least get enough rest, like, so you can wake up at 5, 6 in the morning every day. Like, and just like really breaking it down, like my buddy Eli actually like reminded me of it like a while back, and he was just like, dude, like in college, like I used to just like do so much shit in one day. Like, and I used to just like, I used to go to class, used to go work, then go to the theater to go work on theater, like, and then go, cause he's an actor and then he also makes music. But, and like, he's like, I used to do all this shit. Like now I'm not doing shit. And I was just like, damn, bro, I feel you. Like, some days I'm just chilling and I don't do anything. And then some days I complete 27 tasks like in one day. And I'm just like, dude. But also I've learned as I've gone, it's okay to have a day where you don't do shit.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't do anything.
Like,
yeah, that's part of it too. Like there's a quote that says, there's a time for everything. There's a time for action and there's a time for rest. You wouldn't know what action is if there was rest, if there wasn't rest. Like there has to be a yin and yang of things.
No, I do. That's why I got this. Because it's just like, it taught me to learn how to live with both the good and the bad. And just like, I got this at 17 actually. And just like, you know, be able to really like
look from that perspective.
Yeah, like, and do things like that. And I don't know. Life has given me a lot of ups and downs, and I think I wouldn't want it any other way, just because, like, man, this shit is, hopefully one day I can, like, tell the full story of everything. Yeah. And just, like,
have it play out how you wanted it to play out, right? That's the dream right there.
Exactly. And, I hope it one day can inspire kids and people in general, and just like guys, girls, old people, young people.
Especially like, the idea of taking a chance on yourself. Like it's so easy to fall in line. But also
but also know how to show love, you know, and appreciate other people and appreciate other things. And like, I think that's one thing I'll never change about myself is like, I have no problem giving someone a compliment or telling somebody like, yo, I really like what you do, man. Like, this is sick. Like, keep it up. Like, and actually mean it, you know, whereas a lot of things feel like,
where some people just say it just to say it. And not really
like, and not go and support or try and do something that actually like shows that like you care. Like, and I don't know, I'm trying to just like do those two things. Is just like be the best individual person that I can be, and then be the best friend I can be, the best son I can be, best stranger, you know?
Yeah, it's all part of it.
Like, you know, because at the end of the day, you make an impact. Like, you give someone a compliment, you make their day, and then they maybe stop stressing out a little bit, and maybe they're not so hard on their kids. Yeah, you know, like
it all
like it's a butterfly effect, bro. Like it matters. And I think the more you focus on yourself, and then the more you focus on your community around you, like that's how we genuinely build a better world. It's not about doing all these different things, like, and changing all this and all that. It's about
wanting everybody to be a certain way,
or fit some kind of mold. Like I'm not trying to throw shade here, but like nowadays it's starting to feel like every girl in LA is of the same like 4 molds, you know, and every guy in LA is of the same 4 molds. They do the exact, like they dress the exact same. They do the exact same things. They live in the same areas. They go to the same clubs, go to the same grocery stores. They post all the same videos on TikTok. They post all the same videos on Instagram. Like everything. They live together in some big ass house. Like, you know, like it's redundant now. It's like, it's not sustainable. Definitely. Because you put all these ideologies in these young kids' head. Like, well, if I want to make it, I got to be like that kid. Like, and he's selling an image, not selling an idea, you know, and not selling something that can actually like
not selling
translate to your
his
mind,
truth, right? Like,
yeah,
I think everybody can tell when somebody's not being themselves. Like, it's apparent right away.
And I think that's why like someone like XXX Tentacion has had such a impact on our generation, is because he sold an ideology that he fully believed, lived, and harnessed.
Yeah.
And he was showing what it was capable of. And I even have been impacted by that, like subconsciously, just because like, I mean, I've always kind of been that way. Like I've always just been like, yo, like I fully believe in myself. I don't care if none of my friends believe in me. Like I'm going to do it. But like as I've gotten older, I've had anxieties about doing it, you know, and getting to that stage. But once I do it, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, like everything else just is out of my mind. Like, and it's like, I know what I'm doing. I believe in myself to do it. And I'm like possible to it. Like, you know, it's possible for me to accomplish this and actually do this.
And then when
like,
other people are doing it too, like you feel like kind of, okay, this is actually something that I can go forward with.
This
right?
this
like,
is now a community, like, you know, and then, but you can feel when it comes from a genuine place and when it doesn't.
Definitely.
Like, and you can tell when people are selling an image and when people aren't. Like, you know, you can tell when someone is like trying to do this because they love to do this. Yeah. Or someone
there's
who's
just a
like,
different energy.
I'm trying to make bread, like, and I'm trying to just get rich, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I want to get rich too. Yeah. But I'm not going to do it at the sacrifice of all my morals and everything I believe in, and you know,
and
what makes me good.
Right?
Yeah. Like what makes me feel good about myself as a person. What makes me a good human being on the outside and the inside. You know, like and just like all these different things. And yeah, so self-reflection is biggest, and then it goes to community, and then community starts to translate to a bigger level and then a bigger scale. So then you have, you know, thousands and thousands of people thinking the same way and doing the same things, like
and by doing the same things, it's like kind of them being themselves. Yeah.
Like that's how you can do the same thing as somebody else. Is you mind your business and you worry about the individual. Like you worry about yourself. You may have entirely different interests, but if you have passion, you know, if you have
a drive, a desire, a
empathy
dream,
though, like, you know, sympathy for other people too. And like, if you sit down and try and learn the psychology of why someone did that, and you start to understand these things, you think about it less like, oh, that person was trying to hurt me, this and this and that. And you understand why people do things and things don't bother you anymore. Yeah. And you're like,
because you understand where they're at like in life as well.
I sympathize with you, man. Like, I know what you're actually going through. Like, I know you didn't mean to come at me like that. Yeah. And we can go and talk about whatever it is bothering you, bro. Like, I have no problem with that. Like, people are so afraid to show emotions nowadays, and you gotta be, I'm cutthroat, man. Yeah, all I do is work, bro. Yeah, nah, fuck anybody that opposes me. It's like, bro, like,
we could tell that's just something you put on. That's a face.
Like it's a facade. Like, dude, come on. Like, you don't need to be Mr. Tough Guy. Like, if the situation arises where your life is in danger and you need to be tough, I have no doubt people can do that. But what's the point of being tough to someone who can't defend themselves, bro? Like, or someone who has no beef or quarrel with you. And, you know, like, what's the point of just hating on everything around you because you simply aren't doing it? Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with individuals, like you said, because what I've learned and what I've experienced is you could only give away what you have. And I mean that if you have hate within you, that's all you could give away. And if you have love within you, that's all you could give away.
No, I like that statement a lot. I agree with that. I have dislikes. I wouldn't call it hatred, but I have like strong dislikes. Social media is one of the biggest ones. I'd probably say Instagram, and just like our generation with Instagram, because Instagram is supposed to be a tool like YouTube, you know, where you explore your things and you post funny things and this and that. And now it's been about like, how much can I flex on the next person? my job is to flex and flex and flex and just appear like I'm the greatest person on Instagram. Oh my God, I'm doing the greatest
have the best
shit
moments
ever.
on every picture, right?
Like, yeah, bro. But it's like a lot of it doesn't even come from like them really working for it, you know, like in the nicest way. Like a lot of these people that are flexing and going dumb and going crazy, like there's probably a percentage of them, maybe 2 or 3% out of all of the Instagram fashion kids and flexers and this and that have actually worked for what they have gotten. Really? And I can say that with confidence because I have met a lot of them and they do not translate from the real world to like
who they put on Instagram, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And every human can tell when it's real.
I don't know. That's probably like the thing I dislike the most about my generation is like our need to flex and flaunt these things that aren't even ours, but just to appear like I'm so, you know, and then like, if you are going to act like that, at least be like that in real life, you know?
Actually, like try harder.
Yeah, like, I don't know, or like put a little effort in or care or some kind of like real passion, you know, rather than some like...
Like I said before the podcast about the long-term and short-term of it, passion exceeds everything else. Like it will always rise to the top. It doesn't matter if it's right now in this moment, it doesn't get there, but over time it definitely will.
Yeah, you hit that one on the head for sure. I think, yeah, for me, passion is the only thing that's ever gotten me to, you know, if I wasn't this passionate about wanting to go and do something with my life that I actually care about and want to do,
you wouldn't even be here.
I would not be here, bro. Like I have no idea where I'd be at. I don't know what path I would have taken, what life route would have happened. Like it would have been a lot different for sure. Yeah. Like, but I'm super grateful.
Grateful. Right?
Like, but no, it's just like really cool to like actually experience like these things that like when I was 15, 16 years old, like damn, like I dreamed about doing that. Yeah. And I did. Like I recently worked with so I helped on like a music video with Omar and Daniel Caesar.
Oh, okay.
And that was really cool for the new song Invincible. That was really sick. I got to just dope. Like take some BTS photos and work on that. Like and it was a good learning experience from everyone, and I'm super grateful to have been given the experience. And
yeah, and like you as a young kid, if you told yourself that you would be doing that as like a 15-year-old, you'd be like, no way, bro.
Yeah, like at 15, like I did not expect to be where I was at, you know. And I, like as a younger kid, I was like, and getting more involved in knowing who's who in the industry and knowing who does what and who works with who and who is this and that, you know, like I looked up to these people, and now like I'm friends with some of these people, you know, like I've been to Amine's house, like I've hung out with him, like I've done some cool things, but I just like haven't really ever like flaunted it or talked about it or whatever, this and that.
Because
like
it for you, it doesn't seem like you need that. Like you don't need to flaunt it for you to be fulfilled. Just being
there is justification enough. Like, dude, I'm in the room. Like, bro, I'm here. Like
some people, like I say that because some people, they need to post it. Like in order to feel affirmation, like for them to be good.
Oh, I used to be that way for sure.
They have to post it. They have to let other people know that I'm doing this. This is my life right now. Yeah. And I'm not saying don't post anything on social media, but it doesn't have, just enjoy the moment, and whatever you want to share it.
Yeah, take a photo for yourself.
Yeah.
Take a photo for your camera roll, bro.
Yeah.
Like just for your camera roll. That's it. Like just as a memory, not something that you're going to be like in 4 days, like photo dump from my weekend, you know, like, dude,
Yeah.
like it's cool, bro. I think people have great aesthetics and I think they have great styles. Like, and I love to see it, but I'd like to see, like, you consider yourself an artist, like to see you do art.
Yeah.
Not just post fit pics and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, bro. I appreciate a good fit pic every now and then, but it's not like my highest priority.
Yeah,
like, anymore, at least as I've grown and gotten older, because like I can't say that I wasn't there at one point.
Yeah.
That was me at one point, you know, but at the end of the day, you
grew from that.
You have to mature and grow up. And especially like, luckily for me, I've been on a rather fast track to the things I want to do. And I'm blessed to have the people that I have in my life and the people that care about me and look out for me. Because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at. But also that has taught me a lot about working in silence and just... Yeah, and Jimmy always says, don't show all your cards, or like that's one of his famous quotes is, don't show all your cards. And, you know, being able to not show all my cards and work with guys like Nate, who's an amazing photographer, you know, he's a buddy of mine who's an amazing photographer, and like these people who are great directors, you know, and are better than I am at what I'd like to do and are pushing, you know, like not even like trying to, but it just like, oh, okay, like I see what you're doing. Like, okay, I want to do something that's
similar.
Like similar. Like I want to get good at what I do, you know, and like I see how you're doing it and like, okay, like I'm going to take some of the pieces of the puzzle and, you know, add it to mine and, you know, forge my own way. But like and I'm able to do this because like I'm friends with these people and I don't need to like be on the internet asking like this and that or whatever, like, or posting stuff like that behind the scenes, like of the projects I'm working on anymore, because it's like, I had a talk with my buddy Niles about it and he was like, I think our generation is getting to the point where it's like, we love to show like half finished work and projects and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, I never really thought about it like that. Like we do love to like glorify the journey, but it's like the journey is for the individual rather than like
not for everybody else.
Yeah, like, you know, it's a private process, and then the final product is what you show to the world, and nobody else has to know the journey of it except for you. Like,
and the journey, like if you are going to document it, it should be dirty. It should be like in the mud. Like you don't have to professionalize it if you want to call it that, but put all your attention on the finishing product. Like don't try to think that this has to be perfect right now.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And just like working on everything, like that is like just life itself has translated to like now being like, oh, like I want to do these things to like I do these things, like this is my life, bro. Like this is not just like a game like anymore, you know, like it's not just like a work. It's like this is what I love to do. Like I'm happy that I get to do these things. Like I'm
then you're like, I'm just getting started too. Right?
Exactly. Because like I don't even have the resources to do anything that I actually have like in my head. Like I have a lot of like really good ideas, but it's just about preparing, but also like being consistent. While, you know, so being able to like work with what I have right now and just keep going, you know, like, and not be like, well, I didn't have this and this and that, so I can't do it, you know, because like, it could be worse. Like so many other people have it worse. Like
and so many people had it worse, but then now you look at them, you know, 5-10 years later and they're at the top of the top, you know?
Yeah. They're doing exactly what they're trying to, they set their mind out to do, you know, like a good example of that is Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Like
that started out as a newspaper, right?
Yeah, bro. Just like a newspaper. And now he has like the biggest major media company in the world right now.
Yeah.
and they're going crazy with all the NLI or NIL stuff with the college athletes. And he has
betting, and
he made craziness. Saturdays are for the boys, bro. Like he literally created that slogan.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Bro, yeah. What's his Dave Portnoy? Oh my God. He's a genius.
Yeah.
He's also a dick,
and you could tell that he's being himself. Like he's not
he's not afraid to say anything to anyone, bro. And like
it's
I
genuine.
Respect that.
It's 100% him always.
That's what's wrong with everyone is like, every group we go to, I gotta put on a face, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta fucking this and that. Like, I don't know. Growing up, I really did. Sorry, dude. Oh my goodness. I really did that. I woke up early this morning.
It's all good.
Yeah, I kind of did that early on just because like I didn't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the older I got and the more I learned, like the more I was like not willing to like put up with shit that like really,
it's all good.
That really like hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like learned how to like not let things hurt me so much and just like not take
it personally.
Yeah, like with certain things. But then there's also certain things that like I feel like you should take personally because like that's what drives you, you know, like be grateful like for it, but like take it personal. Like, you know, like, okay.
Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to do it for you, right? Like you got to stand up for something and go at it. And if you believe in it, like that's how literally anything happens, right?
There's a lot, like when people say like sacrifice is big in this, like you have to sacrifice a lot of things and you know, you have to sacrifice a lot of moments, you know, sometimes comes with friendships, relationships, like just different things in general. Like,
Jim Rohn also said about that topic, he said, if the vision is clear and the why is big enough, the price is easy. So like whatever the price is, if it's a few relationships, if it's learning skills, if it's knowledge, whatever it is, you'll pay the price because the vision is big enough. Your passion is in it, and it's easy to do it.
Yeah, I've always like my dream is to retire my mom and build her dream house that she's always wanted on this like plot of land we have in Orange. There's like a bunch of undeveloped land on it and everything. I don't know. I'd love to just like do that for her. That'd be
that's the shit that drives you. Like you have to have those things.
But also like I like didn't it like the fact that I'm here now, like I made it, dude. Like the things that I've already done and accomplished at this young age, like I've proven to myself that I can do this. Yeah. Genuinely do this on a legitimate professional scale.
Yeah.
And like I just now started believing in myself in August. And I'd already been, you know, like
just so doing it.
Like, right. like August, September, October is when I really started to develop it within myself and be like, oh, okay, wait, fuck, no. I'm doing this. Like, and then now I believe I'm like, I already know. Like, like I can accomplish anything at all. Like when it comes to art, and that was probably like my biggest setback. And
that's Kanye's philosophy right there. You know, he I think he said, the thing that most people lack, or the thing that holds most people back is that they don't believe in themselves. Like they don't think that they're amazing, that they could conquer the world.
Like,
right? That's him, bro. Like if you look at, I think there's a Netflix documentary coming out about Kanye.
You can see it in theaters already, dude.
Really?
I know. Yeah. Like select theaters in LA.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that documentary is going to show people how driven he was. Like
I agree.
That's the type of mentality he had.
But I had always been like that, but it was like from different things. Like it never translated to like art. At least it hadn't just yet.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like, well, I've already worked with like a lot of the like people I've like dreamed about working with, you know, like I'm in a commercial with ASAP Rocky, bro. Like come on.
Yeah.
Like I'm a kid from Orange County where we have no art culture, we have no youth culture, we have
Because everybody just goes to LA or says something about LA, right?
or people are just like rich as fuck.
Yeah,
like dead ass.
Yeah.
Like people are just rich as fuck out here, dude. So they get the luxuries that a lot of other people don't have. So like for the middle class, it's like you're closer to the bottom than you are to the top.
That's true.
You know? And so people are just rich as fuck out here. And like being a kid from Orange County that's like genuinely from like the middle class and hasn't had everything handed to him, like, bro, you cannot take shit away from me.
Yeah. To see the progress of it all. Right?
Yeah, to see like how far I've come, like, and to now like to see how many people have written me off and cut me out and, you know, I'm this or I'm that or whatever. Like, I got here on my own 2 feet. Like, I did it myself. I didn't need nobody's help. I didn't ask for a handout.
Yeah.
Like, I put the work in too. Like, I've done a lot of things myself, and like, I'm super, like, I'm just like, I'm at a point now where it's like the individual is ready, you know? So it's just about translating that to gathering the resources and getting ready for the opportunity. Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with patience. And it's like this story that I heard from Les Brown. He said there's this plant called the Chinese bamboo tree. And when you plant the seed, it has to be nurtured and taken care of because for 5 years, it stays in the ground.
Yeah.
So somebody could walk up to you and tell you, what are you doing? You're still watering that shit. You're still taking care of the seed that's been here for 4 years and you're still watering it. You're still taking care of it. And on the 5th year, in, I believe, 30 days, it grows over 90 feet tall. So for 5 years, it's just in the ground, planting its roots or whatever. And in 30 days, it grows 90 feet tall. So if that person stopped at any moment from nurturing it, from giving it the right light and resources that it needed, it would have died in the ground.
Bro, yeah, that's far. I like that. I like that. That's
you
cool.
got to see it through. And for us, like, it's not, for us, we have no idea of when that maturation period is, right? We don't know the end, but that's life. That's how it is.
Yeah, the day you quit is the next day was the day you were gonna make it.
Yeah,
or some shit, or however the quote goes.
Yeah, and when you know, like there's things.
Yeah, like I have a belief about myself. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not where like things aren't where I'd like them to be. Things are where I'd like them to be, but they're also like.
But it's in the process of.
It's getting there, and it's also about, you know, training your mind and being resilient and just being gritty. Yeah, and understanding that this shit is not going to come easy, and it's going to come with a price, like you said. Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, like if the why is big enough and the want is desired enough, like you'll be able to actually get where you want to go, and it's like not that far off. Yeah. Like it's.
I know
it's possible,
it's
man.
Possible.
Like,
especially when you see other people that have done it too, and look at other people's stories.
I fully agree, and that's why I like doing, like, I really like what you do, because I do something very similar with just like focused on like artists rather than like the whole bubble of everything, you know, just like people who are like do art. Yeah, like I just want to talk. I just like talking about their journeys because like.
I know artists just have a different perspective on life. They think differently, and you could tell.
We think logically, but we think with emotion. You know, it's like we feel a logical, calculated, emotional output. You know, like
when other people, I think they have to see everything step by step planned out. Like we're willing to take risk in not knowing. Like,
oh, dude,
really
I'll jump
just,
off the bridge 10 times out of 10. I don't even care if there's a fucking anything there.
crocodile.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, if I got to take the risk, I got to take the chance.
Yeah,
bro.
Leap of faith.
You already know I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that I pride myself about is like, I'm not afraid to take a chance because like, I failed before, bro. What's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm going to not accomplish what I was at least trying to. And then I'm going to have the experience that I got from that moment. And then I'm going to
move on
and pursue everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and just like, oh, okay, I have all that knowledge and I got to try it and attempt it. And I actually made strides in this area and this area. Okay. Like now I'm going to go back to square one, try it again.
Yeah.
Like, cause like,
yeah, there's also a quote that says like, if you could be 100 years old, like you live to 100 and you could get there by just sitting in the corner and not doing anything. Or you could live 30 years, but live it with adventure every single day of your life. And
I feel that
that's the best way to live it, I think. It doesn't matter really how long, it's what you've put in that experience of however long you have, right? And that's
being
the journey.
present is huge. Just being present and appreciating things in front of you and just like, you know, but also like working for things that brings fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like actually like doing something that you're like, I really want to do this. Like, how am I going to get the money to do this? Like getting the money to do this. And then it's like, okay, how can I bring the people together that I need to accomplish this? Okay. I have all the people I need to accomplish this.
Yeah, step by step.
Let's get all the supplies that I need to do to accomplish this. Okay, now we're setting out to actually accomplish this. Let's do it and let's push. And then, you know, you may or may not accomplish it. Or like, you accomplish it every time. Actually, like, let me rephrase that. Like, you accomplish something every time because at the end of the day, like, even if you fail, like you accomplished gaining experience. Now you know better than the last time. So the next time will be better.
Yeah.
Like, and just like doing the process.
And
like,
people don't realize that we have like pretty much unlimited at bats. Like you could just keep trying, you know, like just keep.
Who's gonna say you're out?
Yeah.
Like who gets to decide that for you?
I know.
One man.
You yourself. You make that decision.
Yeah. Like. I don't know. Like, you can't quit. You can't give up.
Yeah. Let's see how long we've been going for, bro. Guess how long we've been at it for?
An hour and a half.
1 hour and 47 minutes.
Oh
It's crazy. Tapped.
I'm tapped out.
It always goes by so fast,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun. That was a really fun conversation.
A good one.
Yeah. Didn't even seem like almost 2 hours.
I know. Shit. Until I started yawning, I was like, dude, how long have I been sitting in this chair?
I know.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, dude, like things are really cool. I'm starting to work with some like really cool people.
Or bring this up to you.
We're still going?
We're still going.
Oh.
I didn't end it right now. Should we end it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is off the record.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But let me say a goodbye to
Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is incredible. And also, you want to plug anything right now?
Oh yeah. Okay. Showing Love Magazine, www.showinglovemagazine.com.
Yeah.
Volumes 1 and 2 are available. We got some t-shirts for sale as well. And then also...
yeah, we spoke about that earlier, but not really in full detail. It's a magazine with different creators and artists.
We follow and help build narratives for artists in the industry, in the underground, people who are a little bit more established, and we really help showcase who they are as a human being as well as an artist, and like some of the things that they've been through, and just so people can help understand like who they are and what they've been through, so it helps them appreciate like the art that they make a little bit more and actually understand it and like appreciate that. So yeah,
check that out, and I'll link a I'll link the website in the description.
Yes,
so
that'd be tight.
it'll be
And
easy
then
for you guys.
the IG is Showing Love Magazine. Just Showing Love Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And then also if you ever want to take photos, like if anyone ever wants to take photos, hit me up on Instagram at Aaron Scarborough, Aaron with 2 N's. Scarborough, SCARBOROUGH.
That'll also be in the description, so you gotta go back and replay that shit.
So thank you so much. I appreciate
really fun.
Yeah, I appreciate everything, man.
Yeah,
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Same here. And thank you everybody for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Peace. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.